Hi, this is Debbie with Food Prepping Channel, and today I'm going to make a hamburger ground beef potato casserole. This right, you can see I've got like 2.5 pounds. I had a 5-pound roll of ground chuck 80/20, and I just cut it in half. And so this is 2.5 pounds of ground chuck, and looks awful greasy to me. Of course, I'll drain it, but I don't really like the lean meats so much because they really don't have the flavor. And so I'm a firm believer in the fatty using the fatty meats, because the fatty meats do have the flavor in them. So anyway, this has got a lot of ingredients to it, but you kind of like mix them all in one pot, and then you bake it in the oven. So I'm gonna fry this up and let this cool off, and I've got potatoes to slice and other things to put in here, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, we're gonna make the hamburger potato casserole now. Alright, in this bowl I have 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, and in the cans I filled them up with 2% milk, and so there's 2 cans of milk in here. Let's see. I'm going to go on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and mix this up and put my spices and all in here and just let this be sitting, because I've got potatoes and peppers and onions to cut up, and I'll do that while I'm letting this sit. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I've got granulated garlic, and all the ingredients will be in the description box below. But I've got granulated garlic. I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of that in here in this bowl. Alright. And I'm putting onions in here, but I'm putting big onions in here. So in this, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of minced onions. There's 1. There's 2. And this is going to be what I pour over the potatoes in the hamburger. Alright, so let me get this turned around. There it is. Alright, and then I have Greek seasoning, and I'm going to put 1 heaping teaspoon of that in here. Alright. And then I have chicken flavored bouillon. Knorr's chicken flavored bouillon. And I'm going to put 2 heaping teaspoons of that in here. Alright. And now coarse ground black pepper. I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of that in here. And 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Right, now I'm going to mix this up, and there's a soups in here, so I'm going to mix this up really good, and I'm going to let this sit while I cut up all my vegetables that are going in here, and I'll bring you back when I get to the next stage. Okay, because this is such a complicated dish, I'm going to do it different from the way that I thought I was. I've got a layer of potatoes in here. This was 2 big potatoes, and I cut them. Some of them are thin, Some of them are thicker, but I've just got a layer of potatoes, and I've got 2 whole peppers. One is going to go on this layer, and I cut them up into big chunks because that's how I wanted them. I don't know if you've ever gone to a Chinese buffet and they've got potatoes and onions and peppers cooking, and no matter where we've ever gone, they've always had potatoes and peppers and onions, like roasted. So since this is going to bake in the oven, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut up big pieces of pepper. Alright, and then here's my onion. I've got 1.5 onions, red onions, and I'm going to cut these up into, I'll probably just use half of the other one, of the other red onion, but I'm going to cut these into pieces and put these on here. I saw the base of this, the hamburger, the potatoes, and the cream of mushroom soup on a video on YouTube. I don't know whose it was. I cannot remember now. And I thought, I'm going to make this and make it into layers and put different stuff in it, a lot of different stuff. So, alright, the next thing, let me see, I guess I should go on and do the hamburger now. So I'm going to do half of the ground chuck. I'm going to put that in here. This, I hope this pan's going to be big enough. Alright, so I've got this in here. Alright. And then I'm going to put half of this can. This is a large can of mushroom pieces and stems. It's 16 ounces. And I'm going to put half of the can in the bottom. Alright. Oh, this is going to have to be pushed down or I'm not going to have any room. Oh, I may have to end up making 2. Alright, I've got 2 cans of Del Monte, no salt added, whole kernel corn. 1 can's going to go on this layer. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I thought this was going to be big enough, but it doesn't. I don't think it is. Alright. That's it. Alright, now I'm going to pour half of this over the top of it. Alright. I'm going to make 2 of these and maybe I'll freeze it or I don't know what I'll do. I don't know about freezing all this stuff together. I'm just going to go get another one of these pans. I've got a bunch of them. And I'm going to put this, my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And you really need to cook this for 60 to 90 minutes. So I'm going to go in and cover this with aluminum foil and cook it for 60 minutes. And I'm going to go in and get the other one and I'll bring you back. Okay, here's the second one. This one has less ground beef, but more of the sauce, the mushroom soup sauce stuff in it. And so it's not packed as much for, I don't know. But anyway, I had one potato that I wasn't going to use, and then when it ended up being not so much in here, I've just got the potato on top of it. So there's 2 layers of potatoes in this one, and this is probably the one that I will eat when it gets done. So I'm going in the kitchen and cover this with aluminum foil and put it in the oven, and it'll be in there for 60 to 90 minutes. It's going to depend on what your oven temperature, how it goes. Mine tends to run a little bit higher than it says. I've got it on 350. It's probably close to 375. So what you want is, when you get ready to check these, you want your potatoes all the way through to be fork tender. And then you're going to get it out and put some cheese on it and put it back in there for a few more minutes, for 10 or 15 more minutes, and melt that cheese. So I'll bring you back when I get to that part. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I'm eating on my fine Walmart china here. Here's the finished pan of it. This is the first pan that I made. This has got more hamburger in it than the second one does, and less potatoes than the second one does. So I decided to go on and get this one. And let me zoom in so you can see. I've been letting it cool off so I can still steaming. It's got so much stuff in it. There's the potatoes. Oh. Oh, wow. I knew this would be good with the potatoes and the onions and the peppers. And the corn, oh, it's just so good. It's the first time I've ever fixed anything like this. And it is really, really good. It's steaming. It's so hot. I want to take another bite, just to make sure that it's as good on the second bite as it was on the first. That is really good. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and look below for links to my Facebook, my Twitter, and say Con Farm Fresh Meats. And also there'll be links below to certain things that you can purchase on Amazon, and it doesn't take your price up at all. It's the same price if you went to Amazon and clicked on it yourself. It's just that whatever you purchase, that I have the link below on, it helps out the channel, and it helps me get the foods to fix for y'all and stuff like that. So if you like this video, share it with your friends, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.